Into this video, we, the Group 1, are going to show the differences of both countries when it comes to religion. Culture affects communication and it creates gap between two countries because of the differing culture. It makes it complicated for two countries to communicate. International communication between nations and make a gap during communication. Recognize the validity and differences of communication styles among people. Learn to climate personal biases and produces. Strive to agree communication skills necessary in a multicultural world. How do people understand one another when they do not have a communication cultural experience? How does communication contribute to creating a kind of respect, not just tolerate for their diversity? And cultural communication, communication between people of different cultures by definition. Culture are different in their languages, behaviors, patterns, culture style, and values. Because culture embeds such variety of patterns of perception and behaviors, approaches to communication in cross-cultural situations guard against inappropriate assumptions of similarity and encourage the consideration of different in other world. The intercultural communication approaches in different countries.
In today's diverse workplace, communication issues can take on an added dimension of complexity. Even culture has its own set of tacit assumptions and tendencies when it comes to face-to-face interactions, and trying to get your point across effectively can sometimes be difficult. Maintain etiquette. Many cultures have specific etiquette around they communicate. Speak slowly. Even if English is the common language in a cross-cultural situation, it's not a good idea to speak at our normal conversational speed. Keep it mild. In cross-cultural conversation, there's no need to make it harder for both of you by using big words. Practice active listening. Active listening is a very effective strategy for improving cross-cultural communication. Take turns to talk. Make the conversation flow more freely by taking it in turns to speak. Write things down. If you're not sure whether the other person has understood you properly, write it down to make sure. Avoid closed questions. Don't phrase a question that needs a yes or no answer. Be supportive. Effective cross-cultural communication is about all parties feeling comfortable. A Maguindanaon wedding is an affair of the extended family. Since it is also a religious activity, one cannot limit the number of people who will attend the wedding.
Assalamualaikum salam.
Assalamualaikum salam is the most common greeting among Muslims and means peace be upon you. And the common response that you can give is wa alaikum salam, which means peace be also with you. Kapanalangguni. Once it is settled and the parents of the girl responded to the kapangingidong of the kamaman, then a salangguni is said. Before that, the mother and daughter are talking with emotionally that she's excited her incoming marriage. At this moment, the man will take the woman of the room and at the same time There is a man at the door. Then the two of us getting the handkerchief so that he went to get a handkerchief means he loved his incoming wife. Other practices, after the kolo, the groom is asked if he accepts the bride as his wife. Then the bride is asked if she accepts the groom as his husband. Awa, this is the main dowry that must paid in cash or in kind to be given to the side of kababayan. The amount of money may range depending on the social status of the parties entering the contract.
Being a country of different cultural races, there is a great variety of wedding styles in the United States. However, the number of weddings nowadays still follow a number of traditions. When bride wears something borrowed, it symbolizes the help and the support she gets from her friends and her families whenever she needs it. Traditions dating back to the 19th century is about what a bride should wear on her wedding day. It is common belief that on her wedding day, the bride should carry with her something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. This is because of which things has a special meaning for the bride on his a big trust and faith. Between the bride and the groom, nowadays, some brides are creative with fingernails painted blue. However, the rituals about what the bride should wear on her wedding day remain kept strictly by a lot of women
And bride, please place the rings on Christian's finger.
Therefore, our cultures, traditions, race, ethnicities, and languages are not a barrier for us to stop communicating. We always have our way. We always have to find some way to communicate. We can use body and sign languages also to communicate. Communication is very important for us in living our day-to-day life. Thus, I encourage everyone to always learn how to communicate properly.